Most people either ape into coins or do nothing because crypto can feel too complicated. In this video, I want to show you guys how I invest $500 every single month. This is with a beginner-friendly plan and it can be done with any amount. I'm not a millionaire, I'm not a hedge fund manager, I'm just someone with a normal budget who wants a long-term plan instead of gambling. You can copy the structure, change the numbers to your situation, and by the end of this video you can have your own crypto plan written out. So let's get into it. I just quickly want to say that this video is for beginners or early stage investors who don't want random meme coins and gambling stuff, want something simple they can follow for years, prefer rules and discipline over guessing tops and bottoms. If this sounds like you, this is the exact structure I am currently using right now, set up for this. The whole plan starts with one simple rule. Every month, no matter what, I invest $500 into crypto. I split that into $125 every Monday so I can invest once per week no matter the situation. No skipping because I'm scared, no doubling the budget just because I feel greedy. The number is simply fixed. Here is how that $500 is split. 50% into Bitcoin, $250 per month, about $62 per week. 30% into Ethereum, $150 per month, about $37 per week. 10% into a small basket of altcoins, $50 per month, about $12 per week. So why did I choose this exact split? Bitcoin is the base of this investment plan because it's the most proven crypto. Ethereum is the second pillar because of the DeFi and ecosystem. Solana is a smaller part because it's higher risk, and altcoins are the smallest part of this investment plan because they can be really risky, but I still believe it's a good idea to have some exposure to these coins if you like. I invest $500 per month, but this can be done with any amount of money. The only thing is that the rules remain the same no matter the budget. Pick a monthly number you can afford, break it into weekly amounts if that makes it easier, and stick to these percentages or change them how you like. This way, every Monday or whatever day you may like, you invest money no matter what, so the narrative doesn't matter. Now I also want to talk about color zones and extra DCA. You could just DCA like this and leave it like that, but if you are someone who is really interested and want to get to know when the market is expensive and cheap and when it can be a good time to sell or maybe buy a little more, to understand when an asset is expensive or cheap, I use a simple color system based off the moving averages. Again, these color zones are based on the moving averages and fit to the current market. Of course, over time, as an asset go up or down, the moving averages are gonna adjust to that. So what I'm trying to say is that these levels are not fixed. So here's what the colors mean. Blue is very cheap, green is cheap, yellow is fair value, orange is expensive, red is very expensive. Now how does this change what I do with the $500? Now for the DCA part, it doesn't really change because no matter what, I always invest $500 no matter the situation of the market. That never stops. But I do use these color zones to decide if it makes sense to sell some stuff or maybe buy in extra of what I have sold laying in cash. So let's say we are in the blue and green zone, so cheap or very cheap. I allow myself to increase this budget depending on my situation. So maybe I might increase it to $700 or $1,000, but the 50, 30 and 10-10 split remains the same. If we are in yellow, which is fair value, I just stick to the $500. If we are in the orange or red zone, so expensive or very expensive, again here I just stick to the $500. I don't add more or take less. Now let's talk about profit taking rules. Most people are really good at buying but horrible at selling and locking in some profit. Again, you could just stick to the DCA and leave it, and over the long term you are likely gonna make profit. But if you wanna use these color zones, here's the rules I use. And this is looking at the whole crypto bag. In orange or expensive, I take about 50% profit on the total position size. So even though the market is expensive, I don't sell everything. So to give an example, let's say my investments are worth $10,000. I might sell half of that, so I have 5,000 in stable coins and 5,000 still invested in the crypto market. If we go into the very expensive zone or red, I'm a little more aggressive when it comes to profit taking. Using the same $10,000, I'm looking to have about $7,000 in stable coins and $3,000 in the crypto market in case that the market continues to rally. So this way I lock in a lot of gains, so I have a lot of stable coins when we are heading into the bear market, so I can buy at better opportunities basically. Again, if you are a beginner, this is not really necessary. I would just stick to the DCA rules. But again, if you want to spend some more time and get more into crypto, these might be things worth looking at, but again, not necessary. On top of all this, I also use DeFi and staking, but it is not necessary to get into if you are just getting started. But I thought I would still mention it because if you are looking to hold your assets for long term, it might be worth staking them to earn some extra yield. The idea is all my Solana is staked, for example through liquidity staking and then restaking, roughly 70% in the first layer and 30% in the second layer. With the Solana staking, I'm expecting to earn about 7 to 8% extra in yield from the staking. For Ethereum, I aim to have about 30% of my Ethereum staked through a reliable platform. Here I earn about 3%. I do not stake my Bitcoin. I just keep that liquid and simple and ready to sell or rebalance if needed. For USDC or other stablecoins, I might stake around 20% to earn some yield and keep 80% as pure dry powder. If you are just getting started, you don't have to copy this DeFi plan on day one. You should just begin with holding the asset and get into the routine of DCAing. DeFi is a layer you should add when you're comfortable with the basics. This is more of a personal rule for myself because I also do TA or technical analysis as it's called, because I do a little bit of trading, which is something I would definitely not recommend for beginners, but I thought I would still mention it. TA for me is mainly used for my own learning and testing ideas, small side trades in a separate account, and I have two strict rules here. I never use more than 5x leverage if I trade, which I would not recommend again. I only trade with money I can mentally and financially afford to lose. Also, TA is not allowed to change my DCA plan. If my plan says to invest $500 every month, that is what I'm gonna do, despite the charts may look scary because of the TA I do. I also have some never do rules. This is to protect myself from emotions. I have a small never to do list. Never change the plan more than once per year. Never go above 5x leverage and only with small money that I can lose. Never put serious money into meme coins or random unknown projects. Never ignore my bear and bull markets indicators just because it feels different this time. These rules are super simple but can't be the difference between investing and gambling. So that's my simple plan. $500 per month, 50% into Bitcoin, 30% in Ethereum, 10% in Solana, and 10% in random altcoins. Bear and bull market targets, a color system based on the moving averages that adjust to the market, profit taking rules, some actually logging in some gains, optimal DeFi, which I would recommend if you are looking to be in crypto for a long term. This is a good way to earn some extra yield. Now again, this is my plan. You can change things to your liking, but I still think you should pick a monthly amount that you are comfortable investing. I still think your percentages should be split, so it's mainly Bitcoin and Ethereum. And I think you should make like 3 to 5 rules that is personal to you. If this was helpful, leave a comment down below what your strategy is gonna be, or if you already have a strategy. I love to hear from you guys. I love making videos and there's more coming, so make sure to like and subscribe. Thanks for watching, I really appreciate it, and I'll see you guys in the next one.